Hello, friends, and welcome to this month's practice, our third eye chakra. Our third eye chakra is located right between the eyebrows and it's associated with our wisdom and self awareness. And so, when this chakra is balanced, we are more open to learning and understanding from our life experiences. I know we tend to see life as this play of separate opposites that create tension and conflict. There's this mindset of black and white thinking, either or. However, many of our life's challenges we're confronted with, it won't have a perfect answer. It won't have this perfect black and white answer. But just because it doesn't have a perfect answer doesn't mean it doesn't have a better answer. So, our third eye chakra helps us see past this duality, this black and white thinking, and we're able to view life's ups and downs as a process of exploring, which then will ultimately lead us to a vision of unity. So today's practice will be holding the tension of two opposites in the form of expansion and contraction, stability and freedom, and we'll use this play of opposites to create poses of of integration and unity. And so for today's practice, you'll need a mat and optional two blocks. And I'm really excited for today's practice. So I'll see you on the mat. Come into a child's pose on your mat. Set your hips back towards your heels, reach your hands towards the top of the mat, and rest your forehead, your third eye, on the mat. Close your eyes and take several natural breaths to attune to your body here in this pose. Feel your third eye rest on the mat. Allow your breath and awareness to rest at your third eye, our center of clear seeing. On your next inhale, push your hands into the mat, float your armpits, and lift your belly towards your spine. Exhale, melt your entire body into the mat. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Long exhale out. Bring all 10 fingertips to the mat like spiders. Inhale, gently gaze up and spider your fingers to the right side of the mat. Exhale, rest your forehead towards the ground. Nice side body stretch here on your left side. Inhale, walk your fingers back to center. And now spider your fingers towards the left side of the mat. Exhale, release back into a child's pose. Feel the right side body stretch. Inhale, walk your hands to the center. With this next pose, please avoid if you suffer from any neck injury. So from child's pose, clasp your hands behind your back, squeeze your knees towards each other, and lift the belly button off your thighs. Engage the core. Maintain that as you inhale, lift your hips up and roll onto the crown of your head. Rabbit pose. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. This pose strengthens the spine while stretching the back and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, set back into child's, release the hands, and come to all fours in tabletop position. In tabletop position, set the foundation, shoulders stacked over wrists, and knees slightly past the hips. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Use your breath to flow through a few cat and cows just to start awakening the body. And as you do this, feel that contraction of the spine in cow and the expansion of the spine in cat. Hold the tension between the two opposites. Now release the cat and cow and come into a downward facing dog. Give your dog a few intentional breaths. Start to wake up your body, the calves, pedal it out if you need to. Shift your hips back and forth. And on your next inhale, step your right foot forward into lunge. Bring both hands inside of the right foot and begin to walk both hands to the left corner of your mat and a little beyond. So your lower body is in a lunge pose while your upper body is in a dog pose. Lunge dog. Inhale, suck both legs up into the hips. And then from the hips, exhale, push the legs out and down into the mat. Inhale, contract the legs in. Exhale, expand the legs out. And on your next inhale, release the pose and come back into a lunge. Release the back knee to the mat and take your left toes and point them to the right side of the mat. So you might have to pivot a little on your knee here. Inhale, lift the chest and spread the arms wide like wings and shine both hips towards the long edge of the mat. A different perspective of Warrior 2. Inhale, big bright breath in, and exhale, right elbow to knee and left arm stretched up by the ear. Inhale, contract the front heel and back knee towards each other. Exhale, stack your front knee over your ankle. And inhale to release and unwind. Step your front leg to meet your back knee and come to all fours. Take your knees hip-width apart and come onto both forearms. Step your knees slightly back, side body's long. Now push your forearms deep into the mat like you're doing a quasi-karate chop. And tuck your back toes under, draw the shoulder blades towards each other, and lift your hips up. Forearm dog. Take a wider stance with your feet if it feels too contractive. Play around with it here and work towards stepping your feet forward, little by little. Relax the space around the neck and tune into 3 intentional breaths here. Stay with it. Shift your weight to the right and come up to your left hand and then up to your right hand. Inhale, expand forward into a plank pose. Exhale, contract into chaturanga. Inhale, expand into cobra. Exhale, fold back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, walk your feet towards your hands and come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, lift to open up the heart. Exhale, close the heart towards the legs into forward fold. Inhale, open and lift the chest and reach the hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of your third eye. Pause. And bring it in front of your heart. Give a slight bend to your knees and inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And step your right foot back into a lunge pose. Bring both hands inside of your left foot and walk them towards and beyond the right corner. So we're in a lunge dog here. Your lunge is in the lower body and downward facing dog in the upper body. Hold both possibilities simultaneously. Inhale, contract your muscle to bone by pressing deep into the balls of your feet. Exhale, extend out through the crown of your head and into your feet. Inhale, release back into a lunge. In lunge pose, release that back knee to the mat and now point all right toes to the left edge, the long edge of the sticky mat. Inhale, lift the chest up and spread the arms wide like wings. Inhale, magnetize front heel to back knee and back knee to the front heel. Exhale, stack front knee over ankle and connect left elbow to knee, stretching the right arm next to your ear. Inhale to release and come to all fours. Bring both forearms to the mat. Press into the mat with your forearms and tucked toes. Inhale, lift and free your hips. When we press down, it allows us to lift up. The play of two opposites. Think of a tennis ball. When you just drop it, it doesn't bounce very high. However, when you throw it down with some force, it bounces up much higher. So play around with it. Feel the play of the two opposites in your body with this pose. Wherever you are, on your next inhale, lift up onto your right hand, then left hand, and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring right foot forward, lunge, and press down with the feet to lift up and spread the arms wide. Warrior two, release that back heel to the mat. Inhale, suck both legs simultaneously into the hips. And from the hips, exhale, expand out from the crown of the head and into the feet. Clasp the hands behind your back. Integrate both strength in the feet by squeezing the midline between them, and then create freedom in the upper body. Pull the spine up from the hips. Hold the two simultaneously, strength and freedom. As you humbly bow down, bring right shoulder to right knee. Humble warrior. Take into account all the shapes and forms of our previous poses and how it fits into this humble warrior. With steady feet, inhale, lift the chest up, release the hands, and then heel toe your way to warrior two on the other side. Warrior two with the left foot forward. Create strength in your feet and freedom in your upper body, just like we did before. Find the place where freedom and stability unite. Now hold hands with yourself behind your back. Bring your navel to your spine, and with integration from within, bow forward, left shoulder to left knee. Try not to collapse into this pose, but keep it strong by puffing out the kidneys. Find that cat pose in the upper body like we did earlier. Push the balls of the feet deep into the ground. To inhale, lift up and release the hands. Heel toe to warrior two at the top of your mat. And then either go through a vinyasa rinse or release into child's pose. We're going into a vinyasa, come into a downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Wherever you are at, downward facing dog or child's pose, come to all fours. And then release the forearms on the mat. Walk your knees slightly behind your hips and interlace your fingers and pull the palms together. Bring your shoulders just above the elbow joint. Root the wrists into the mat and inhale, lift the hip creases up towards the ceiling. Dolphin pose. Let go of any tension in your neck and then walk your feet towards your head any amount. Hold here for 5 intentional breaths. Press your forearms down to lift the hips and expand the collarbones wide without moving the forearms and extend out through your torso. Hold that tension of freedom and stability and feel the play of the opposites in this pose. A balanced third eye can help us view our situation from all angles. It gives us a different perspective. Nice. Now inhale to release and come to a child's pose and rest. In your own time, release your child's and make your way onto your back. On your back, inhale, bring both knees to the chest and spread the arms out like a T. Strong core. Inhale, release both knees to the right. And if it feels good, take your gaze towards the left. Nice deep inhale, full breath. Exhale, completely let go. Next inhale, lift the knees. And then exhale, gently drop them towards the left, gaze to the right. We're taking a nice supine twist here to calm down our nervous system after that intense and energetic dolphin pose. Navel to spine and bring the knees back towards your chest. Inhale, open your knees out wide and take a hold of each knee. A modified happy baby, or if you want to do a full baby pose, shine both soles of the feet to the sky and then wrap your big toes with your peace fingers. Happy baby. Rock back and forth here if it feels good. Give your spine a little massage. And then inhale, release, and find your Shavasana. Lay your body down to where you feel comfortable, a place where you can completely relax your body and feel held by the mat underneath you. In your corpse pose, your final resting pose, bring awareness to the space between your eyebrows. And with your breath, gently relax that space. And release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let go of the breath and let the breath breathe you. Inhale, start to expand your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And in your own time, roll to one side in a fetal position. From fetal position, make your way into a seated position at the top of your mat. Balancing our third eye helps us see past dualities, and we are able to see life's ups and downs as a process of exploration and learning, which ultimately leads us to a vision of unity. Unite your hands in front of your heart and bow down to the wisdom and light that resides within you. Namaste.